to my channel. I am Hawkinsimmer, and today we are speed building a tiny home. Yay! It's been a while since I've done a tiny home. Probably honestly since tiny living came out, so like a year ago, really. Longer than that, but I really like doing tiny homes. It's just been a long time. I like to decorate a lot, and obviously the goal with a tiny home is to see how much junk you can fit in a teeny tiny little space, and that has been totally like the game has been changed because we now have bunk beds. This was, I think, my third build using the bunk beds, so I was pretty familiar with them at this point and was aware of their quirks and the things that maybe haven't been completely developed at this point. So yeah, I actually struggled with the exterior of this home. I struggled to get the exact 64 tiles. You obviously want to be able to use as many as you can have. The cool thing about tiny houses in The Sims is that you get lots of extra perks for living in a tiny home. They totally speed up your relationships and your skill building, and they make you good at everything. They're pretty OP, so it's cool to live in tiny homes. And now you can live with a family of 8 in a tiny home. So that's what this tiny home is. It sleeps 8. There are 3 separate bedrooms. One room is a master, and it's actually pretty spacious, really. Like, I don't think if you put this in just like a suburban home, I feel like you could get away with being like, no, this isn't really small. What are you talking about? You know? And then another room has 2 sets of bunk beds, and then the other room has just the 1 set of bunk beds. So yeah, it's got, you know, like that 3 tile bathroom. It's got a little galley kitchen with everything you need. No dining area, but you know, your Sims can sit on the couch and eat food and stuff. They can sit on beds and eat food. So whatever, who cares? It doesn't matter to me. That ain't no problem. So we're just doing some landscaping. I feel like I spent the majority of the time on the exterior, honestly. And you wouldn't think, because I don't feel like it looks like I spent a lot of time. I wasn't super happy with the way this exterior turned out, but you know, you win some, you lose some. And I guess technically there is a dining area. It's just not inside the house. There's a little patio with a table with an umbrella. So your Sims could eat food outside. At least 4 of them could. And then 3 of them could sit on the couch. And then, I don't know, someone has to stand or sit on a bed, you know. That's my bad. I guess I probably could have put a bigger table with 6 chairs. I guess I could have beefed up the outside. I didn't want it to cost too much because it's a tiny house. I can't remember how much it cost, but it definitely cost more than it should have. So I think all of my houses cost more than they should, though. I don't know. Are you that kind of player? Like, I don't care how much a house costs when I'm playing. Like, I will mother load to live in the house. I don't know. Honestly, I don't do a lot of gameplay anymore because I'm constantly building new houses. So I haven't played through The Sims in a long time, like a few years probably, honestly. So I don't know, maybe if I was doing that again, I don't know. It's been so long. When I used to play, like, I would want to come into a home that is already established. I very rarely played with one Sim, or at least in previous iterations of The Sims, I usually played with a family. In The Sims 4, it's a little bit more complicated, and I did find myself playing with maybe 1 Sim, maybe 2 Sims. So in those cases, I would start with like the starter budget. But I don't know. I think everyone plays differently. For the most part, for the majority of my simming time, I usually did the mother load. But as usual, it's a tiny house, so we're quickly going through the main floor. It's really simple because there's not a lot of furniture to place. I did it really quickly, and then I wanted to play test real quick to make sure my sim could use all the things. I know that bathroom is functional, but I always want to check just to make sure that the sink and the toilet that I'm choosing are functional. And I don't know, with ladders, I just wanted to make sure that she could go in and out of all the rooms. So yeah, it's totally functional, no big deal, yay. But I did use lots of tiny living stuff. Tiny living is such a good pack. I truly love the items, but I kind of feel like they honestly missed the mark a little bit. They could have just called this mid-century modern stuff, and it would have made the same amount of sense, because there really isn't anything tiny about a lot of the stuff. One of the dressers is incredibly skinny, so that's cool, but the lamp and the desk even, it's just not very small, honestly. Like, the lamp especially is what's irritating to me. Like, why would you make a floor lamp and make it so large? So very large. It just seems like, oh man, it just seems like someone did not understand the assignment. But, whatever. I digress. It truly is actually one of my very favorite stuff packs. Oh man, it was laundry day for so long, and then tiny living came along, and whoo, girl. And then paranormal came along and went, oh girl, like they're good. Those two are like neck and neck. I can never decide. At this point, I would still stick with tiny living, but I don't know. I really feel like paranormal stuff is a really, really good pack. Highly recommend both of those. But we're moving on to the upstairs. So this room has 4 people in this tiny little room. So I figured there were some kids in this room. So I added a little art table. I tried to add as much skill building items, or as many skill building items and things for your Sims to do throughout. So, I stuck an easel somewhere. I made sure there was a computer and, the little kids table and stuff. So I don't know. I tried to make sure there was something for everyone, but the screenshots are here. So thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload new videos every Monday and Thursday at around 4 p.m. So I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Rushing because my husband just came home. Eek!